Hello everyone. A very good evening to all of you guys. Welcome to the Finance Current Affairs session. So we'll be covering the Finance Current Affairs from 9th of January to 15th of January in this particular video. Right? A very good evening to all of you guys. I hope I'm audible. I hope I'm visible. Let's quickly start the session. The very first news for today guys is the HDFC Bank has integrated with the CBDC with Smart Gateway Payment Platform. So HDFC Bank's Smart Gateway Payment Platform is now integrated with the Central Bank Digital Currency. What is CBDC? Central Bank Digital Currency, right? So the payment gateway is now used by the merchants to accept digital payments from different modes, right? So let's suppose I am a merchant, I am a shopkeeper. So I must be receiving payments from UPI, from debit cards, via credit cards, via net banking, right? All these are, video is not clear. Okay, so just give me a second. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. I'm just checking. Let me just try refreshing my screen. Let me know if it works. Is it any better guys now? Is it any better? Is my screen visible? Okay, thanks for confirming guys. Thanks for confirming. Good evening everyone, good evening. Okay, so guys, I was talking about the HDFC Bank integrates the CBDC in the Smart Gateway platform. So Smart Gateway platform is nothing but a platform of CBDC, right? It's a platform of CBDC. So a merchant, let's suppose I'm a businessman, I can accept payments via UPI, with debit card, with credit card, with net banking. So let's suppose I'm selling you guys something. Okay, I'm selling you guys something, I'm a businessman. So you guys must be paying me via UPI, via debit cards, credit cards and net banking, right? So that's how a merchant is able to receive the payment. But now HDFC Bank has also integrated CBDC. So you guys can even pay me via CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency. Acha, how many of you guys actually know what CBDC is all about? How many of you guys are aware of the term CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency? Okay, so I can see that some of you are already aware about what CBDC is all about and some of you don't know about the CBDC. No worries at all, we'll be discussing CBDC also in a short while. We'll be discussing the CBDC also. It's there in your static portion of the course. I usually teach it in the fintech and the IT sector classes, okay, in the RBI grade B course. So guys, now the merchants can accept the payment using the digital rupee. Acha, we also call digital rupee. CBDC ko we also call digital rupee. So what is CBDC now? It is nothing but central bank digital currency. Just like you have 500 rupee in your pocket. You have 500 rupee in your pocket. In your wallet, if you have 500 rupees digitally, that is nothing but CBDC. So it is almost similar. It is same only if I talk about the fiat currency. The 500 rupee note, 500 rupee note, 100 rupee note or any denomination. Now CBDC is nothing but digital version of your fiat currency only. Yes, so it is as good as a digital money, right? But it is not a cryptocurrency. No doubt it is based on the technology of cryptocurrencies only, which is none other than blockchain technology. RBI calls it distributed ledger technology also, right? Sometimes RBI uses the word distributed ledger technology, one of the same thing only. But this is not cryptocurrency, right? Why? Because it is backed by the government of India, the Reserve Bank of India. So can I say that the same paper currency I have in my pocket, CBDC is nothing but the digital version of the same currency, right? So how it works? On the blockchain technology, which is called as distributed ledger technology also. Now CBDC comes in two types, retail CBDC, wholesale CBDC. What is the difference between retail CBDC and wholesale CBDC? Retail CBDC is allowed for retailers like you and me. It is allowed for the merchants, right? Wholesale CBDC is for the financial institution. Let's suppose HDFC Bank wants to transfer some money to SBI Bank. Then I can say they will be using wholesale CBDC. Right? But if I am sending you some money, or if I am paying, let's suppose for buying this pen, or maybe for buying t-shirt, or maybe for buying a course, I will be paying the merchant in the retail CBDC, right? So two types of CBDC, wholesale and retail. Now this bifurcation, RBI has done this bifurcation just for the purpose of tracking the data, how many transactions are there between the financial institutions, right? So if bank is transferring some money to other bank or maybe to other NBFC, they will be using wholesale CBDC, whereas rest of the people will be using retail CBDC, right? So that's the concept of CBDC, and now HDFC Bank has also integrated CBDC with the payment system. Acha, can you guys tell me the difference between UPI and CBDC? Anyone? Good evening everyone, good evening. What is the difference between CBDC and UPI? Are they different from each other in terms of technology, or they are completely different? What do you think? Any idea, anyone? Over to you. Let me know in the comment section how CBDC is different from UPI, or they both are the same only. Very good. UPI is not a currency, it's a payment system. Right? In payment system, we do have RTGS, we do have NEFT, we do have net banking, we also have UPI. So it's a payment system, right? It is a part of a system. Rather, CBDC in itself is a digital currency. It's a currency. So that's the major difference. When I talk about UPI, let's suppose I'm sending 1000 rupees to Shruti. For example, I'm sending 1000 rupees to Shruti via UPI. So how this transaction will be facilitated? My HDFC Bank, the money will be debited from my HDFC Bank via UPI, and it will be credited to the SBI Bank of Shruti. Can I say two intermediaries are also involved in it? SBI and HDFC. Whereas if I talk about CBDC, let's suppose now I am paying money to Ayushi. So I am transferring 1000 rupees to Ayushi via CBDC. There is no intermediary which is involved. The money will be deducted from my wallet. It will be added in the wallet of Ayushi. That's what CBDC is all about. There is no intermediary in between. There is no bank in between, just like UPI. And that's what differentiates CBDC from the UPI, right? So the finance current, this is a static part. The finance current affair part is HDFC Bank has integrated the CBDC with the smart gateway payment platform now. Right? I hope this is clear. Now the topic of CBDC will be covered in your paid course in a very detailed manner. Okay, so no worries at all about the CBDC concept. Next one, Reserve Bank of India has cancelled the registration certificate of 35 NBFCs. Now the message is quite clear. You need to maintain the decorum, right? You need to maintain the decorum. That's the message from the Reserve Bank of India. They have cancelled the registration certificate of 35 NBFCs and the action they have taken in section 45 IA. In section 45 IA of the Reserve Bank of India Act, it empowers Reserve Bank of India to cancel the certificate of registration if a particular regulated entity is not able to satisfy with the certain conditions, right? So here, maybe the NBFCs were not able to satisfy with the regulatory conditions, so that's why cancelling of certificate of registration means the NBFCs will no longer be able to carry on the business as a NBFC, right? So that's an aggressive stance from the Reserve Bank of India, and the message is quite clear that you need to maintain the decorum if you want to be a part of financial system. Next one, Bank of Baroda gets RBI approval to transfer primary dealer business to subsidiary. Now I hope you guys understand the meaning of subsidiary. Can any one of you tell me the meaning of subsidiary? And those who don't know the meaning of subsidiary, no worries at all. You can clearly type in the comment section that you don't know about subsidiary. Just type no if you don't know the meaning of subsidiary. I will definitely tell you. No doubt I have covered the concept of subsidiary in the past 3-4 videos, I think. But maybe there are some new students who don't know the meaning of subsidiary, so we will be definitely covering that as well. Okay, Ankita, Ankesh. Okay, no problem at all. So first, let's discuss the term subsidiary, and then there are so many students who don't know the meaning of it. No problem at all. Let's first discuss the meaning of subsidiary company, right? I just need a blank page. Just give me a second. Okay. So let's suppose a company Prateek Limited this is 0%, this is 20%, this is 50%, and this is 100%. Okay. Let's suppose I have acquired more than 50% of A Limited. Can I say that A Limited will now be my subsidiary? A Limited will now be subsidiary of Prateek Limited. Why? Because I have a significant control. I can control this entity. So I have a significant control here, right? I have a significant control here. So more than 50%, that means I own more than majority of the company, right? I have majority of the shareholding, equity shareholders. I am the equity shareholder of majority of equity. So I can say that this is my subsidiary company. I will be the holding company. I will be the holding company, or you can also call me as a parent company. You can also call me as a parent company, right? Now let's suppose I own more than 20% or more than 20% of B Limited. Now in this case, B Limited will be my associate company. B Limited will be my associate company. Why? Because here I have a significant influence. Is it clear now? Is it clear? I hope it is fine now. Okay, perfect. Thanks for confirming. Let me know in case if there is any kind of disturbance in between, because I have highlighted the same issue to the IT team, right? They are definitely checking on this thing, right? I hope it is clear now. So guys, as I'm holding more than or equal to 20% in B Limited, I can say that it is my associate company. It is my associate company, right? But if I hold more than 50%, I can say that it is my subsidiary company. It is my subsidiary company, right? So this is the concept, a very simple concept of associate and subsidiary. Now here we can see that the Bank of Baroda is getting the RBI approval to transfer the primary dealer business to subsidiary company. So we have Bank of Baroda. Earlier, the same entity used to be a primary dealer also. The same entity used to be Bank of Baroda and the same entity used to be primary dealer. Now, the Bank of Baroda has taken approval from Reserve Bank of India to separate the primary dealer business. Now, what do you mean by primary dealer? What do you guys mean by primary dealer? I think it is clear now, Monisha. What about thus? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Clearly audible, visible? And guys, I have highlighted the same issue to the IT team. I think there is no issue as of now. Okay, perfect. Thanks for confirming. It is clear now, Monisha. Okay, it is clear now. Now, what is primary dealer? Primary dealer means it is an entity which is authorized by the Reserve Bank of India to underwrite and trade in government securities. So let's suppose government is launching some new bond or maybe treasury bill or maybe any other government security, right? So primary dealer will be definitely selling that security on behalf of the government, right? The primary dealer will be selling that security on behalf of the government, right? So I can say that Bank of Baroda is having the primary dealer business also embedded earlier in the banking only, and now they got the approval to segregate that primary dealer business and make it as a subsidiary. So definitely Bank of Baroda will be holding more than 50% of the shares in the company, which is now doing the business of primary dealer, right? So a simple finance current affair, but we need to know certain things like what is the concept of subsidiary and associate, right? Before learning these finance current affairs. And it's fine that you guys are, even if you guys are not able to cover the static portion as of now, no worries at all. We'll be taking the finance current affair from the very scratch. Plus, it will get better with time once you are done with the static portion as well of your syllabus. Next, Tripura Grameen Bank launches India's first solar powered ATM van. So here you can see an ATM van. This van is as good as an ATM, right? So Tripura Grameen Bank becomes the first bank to launch a fully solar powered ATM van. This is a solar powered ATM bank. So I can say that you don't need electricity for running this van or the ATM. It is completely based on solar energy, right? So it will definitely give access in the remote areas, in the rural areas, in the interior region where we lack electricity, because energy is a big problem in India, right? Energy is a big problem in India. And now the solar van is there to take care of the financial inclusion in the rural areas as well. So this is a great initiative and it becomes important as well from the general awareness part of your syllabus, right? It is important from the general awareness part of your syllabus. So not just one van, but multiple solar powered ATM van has been launched, and they will be providing the uninterrupted banking services. So the basic banking services like withdrawing money, right? Making transactions, checking the account balance, all the things will be available here in this solar powered ATM. Next one is related to inflation. The retail inflation. What do you mean by retail inflation? We call it as consumer price index. Consumer price index. It is the inflation for you and me, guys. We are the consumers. We are the retailers. That's why we call it as a retail inflation, or we can also call it as CPI, consumer price index, right? It increases to 3-month high of 1.33 in December 2025. So we have seen inflation going down from a very long time, and now it has started going up, right? 1.33%, though it's a very normal number for RBI. Why? Because in the inflation targeting approach, we have an inflation targeting approach, right? The target is anywhere around 2%, the lower band, and 6%. So RBI wants inflation to be anywhere in 2 to 6%. That's the range, inflation targeting range, or inflation targeting framework. Rather, we can call it as inflation targeting framework. That's the range. 2% is the lower range, 6% is the upper range. The inflation as of now is 1.33%, which is even lower than the lower band. So I can say that we are very well within the band, or I can say the inflation is very well in the control of Reserve Bank of India as of now, right? So primary driving reason for such a low number is the food inflation. Definitely the food price deflation is now growing at a slower pace, plus there is an increase in prices of essential commodities as well, like vegetables, right, and other items. So I can say that inflation has started picking pace now. Earlier it was very well within the control, still it is in the control only, but it has started picking up, right? And as per the inflation targeting framework of RBI, we do have a band of 2% to 6%, right? So this should be the range of inflation. Just like you guys also plan that in the examination we'll be scoring this much marks, right? Or our score can definitely be in this particular range, 2 to 6%, right? So similarly, RBI is also giving a clear-cut range. Retail inflation is nothing but inflation for you and me. So say for example, if you are buying a cup of tea for 10 rupees as of now, the next year you are buying the same cup of tea for rupees 12. So I can say there is 2% inflation, right? I can say that there is 2% inflation. Prices are increasing for you and me at a retailer level, right? At a retailer level, not at a wholesaler level, not at a business to business level, not at a we are talking about the consumer here, right? In a simple way, so I have taken the example of a cup of tea, or you can take any example. The prices are increasing day by day for the retailers, for the consumers like you and me, right? That's nothing but retail inflation, which we also call it as CPI, Consumer Price Index, because you and me are consumer, right? You and me are consumer. We are not producers. We are not wholesalers. So if I track the same level of inflation at the wholesale level, then I will start calling it as WPI, Wholesale Price Index, right? Wholesale Price Index. Or if I'm producing something, let's suppose I'm a manufacturer, I'm producing some goods and services, then it will be Producers Price Index, PPI. So these are the terminologies which will be covered in your inflation chapter in the static portion of your classes, right? Core inflation. Now what do you mean by core inflation? Now there are certain items which are having a quite huge volatility, like food, like energy prices, right? Now whatever happens in the economy or in the whole world due to geopolitical problems, I can say that the energy prices like crude oil fluctuates strongly, right? There is a too much fluctuation in the energy prices, and that's why we calculate core inflation also. So we exclude food items, we exclude the energy items, and then we calculate inflation, which is called as core inflation, So the core inflation is as of now at 4.6%. The core inflation as of now is 4.6%. Acha, do you guys know that there is a base year revision in the CPI, and what is the new base year? There is a base year revision in the CPI. What is the new base year, guys? Anyone? So core inflation means we have taken every element except food and the energy prices. I am not accounting for food and energy prices, right? I am not accounting for food and energy prices. Why? Because they are quite volatile in nature. The prices fluctuate too frequent. So that's why I will exclude the impact of food price and the energy price. 2024, that's the correct answer. right? 2024 is the correct answer. That is the new base year for CPI. Sir, if there is a rise in the per capita income, simultaneously if there is a rise in the price of the product, is it inflation? Look, if there is a rise in the price, if there is an increase in the price of any goods or services, it is inflation, right? In simple terms, if the prices are going up, that's inflation. If the prices are going up, that's inflation, right? Now, you don't have to link it with any other number. Why? Because increase in the prices of goods or services is nothing but inflation only. Now, is this number computed considering the base year of 2024? No, because the base year of 2024 is going to be applicable from January 2026 onwards. So this month, whenever the data is released related to January 2026, you will see that the base year will be 2024. As of now, this is December 2025. So the base year is 2012, right? We have taken the base year as 2012. In January 2026, you will be definitely witnessing the impact of the base year change as well, which is 2024. Right guys, so this is the impact. In November 2025, we were having the inflation rate of 0.71%, and in December 2025, we are having 1.33%, right? So I can say the prices are going up. The prices are going up, but it is very well within the targeting framework of the Reserve Bank of India, which is 2 to 6%, 2% to 6%, right? Next one, RBI has granted the in-principle approval to SMBC, Sumitomo Mitsui Banking Corporation, which is a bank based out of Japan, right? Earlier, this bank used to have certain branches in India, but now RBI has given permission to set up a wholly owned subsidiary. Now you guys do understand the concept of subsidiary, right? Let me just also teach you the concept of wholly owned subsidiary. Okay. Let me just also quickly tell you the concept of wholly owned subsidiary. Now let's suppose there is an organization, C Limited. And Prateek Limited owns 100% of C Limited. I own 100% of C Limited, so this will be called as WOS. That means wholly owned subsidiary. This is called as WOS, wholly owned subsidiary company. Right? This will be my wholly owned subsidiary company. So RBI has given approval to this group SMBC Japan for setting up a wholly owned subsidiary in India. So this SMBC is based out of Japan. This will be having a wholly owned subsidiary. 100% ownership will be with this Japanese group, and this wholly owned subsidiary will be in India. So Reserve Bank of India has given the permission, and this is a part of press release, right? This is a part of press release of Reserve Bank of India. So in the finance current affairs, I usually cover the current affairs which are related to finance, which are related to economy, and the things that are there on the RBI website also, right? So now let's talk about a speech given by the Deputy Governor of Reserve Bank of India. Now this is a speech which is given by the Deputy Governor of Reserve Bank of India related to the issues and challenges in banking supervision in the digital era. What are the issues? What are the challenges in the supervision part of banking in the digital era? Because we do have the digital penetration. This is the age of artificial intelligence, I will say, right? So you need to know how to supervise in such a digital era also. Now you guys are going to become RBI grade B officers, and you will be actually supervising the banks and the non-banks, right? You will be working with the money market regulator of India also. So can I say that how to supervise in a digital era is becoming quite crucial now. I hope it is fine now. Is it better now? Clearly visible now? I hope it will be clear now. I have refreshed the page. Am I audible? Visible clearly? Perfect. So no worries at all, guys. I have already reported this tech issue, right? I have already reported this tech issue. You guys can also just press the refresh button if you are still facing the issue. Now I think it's fine for all of you. Audio is missing. Let me just rejoin the class, guys. I'm just rejoining the class. Okay, just give me a minute. I'm rejoining the class. Can you hear me now? Is it any better? आ गया ऑडियो अभी? ऑडियो वीडियो सब क्लियर अभी? Okay, thanks for confirming. Apologies for the disturbance, guys. I don't know why this tech issue is coming. I've already highlighted this to the tech team. They are working on it. Okay. Okay, guys. So this was a speech. Usually we cover certain speech as well that can be important for your examination, and this can be definitely important. But I will say it will be important from the descriptive angle of your examination, particularly finance paper. Issues and challenges in banking supervision in the digital era. How you guys are going to supervise the banks in this digital age, right? So we'll be just covering the crux of this news. Later on you can read the entire speech as well in your free time. It can be important for the descriptive angle. It can definitely give you some of the clues, like how you can structure your descriptive question, what things to cover in your descriptive answer, right? So the very first thing is grounds of supervisors. What changes are there on the ground of supervisor? You are a supervisor, right? You are going to become RBI grade B officer. So you guys have to actually supervise the banks and financial institutions. So supervisors were trained to read balance sheets. Now all the supervisors are actually trained to read the balance sheets and inspect the process. But now, is it still the same way after the penetration of IT and AI? The center of gravity is now shifting from the branches and products to the pipes and codes. Now you need to understand the digital system as well before doing the supervision, right? Now actually the operational resilience, the data integrity, the third party dependencies are also required to be checked. What if I am a banking entity and I have I have appointed a third party to outsource a particular operation. I have appointed a third party to oversee a particular operation. Still the problem is there? Okay, got it. Just give me a second. Let me try some different method. Just give me a second. Guys, can you hear me now as of now? In the paid class, can you hear me? You won't be able to see me as of now, but I think you can hear me. And my screen is also visible to you. Is the visibility proper? So my screen is perfectly visible to all of you, but you can't see me as of now, right? The screen is not clear, is it so? Video not clear, okay. Yeah, audio is clear, but Acha, what about now? What about now? Actually, there is no network issue. I'm using two Wi-Fi's here. Both are high-speed internet Wi-Fi's. There is some other issue. I have already highlighted it to the tech team. Okay, got it. So what we can do as of now is, just give me a second. A second. I'm just sharing a link. What you guys can do as of now is just click on this link. This is a YouTube link of the same class only. This class is going on YouTube as well. Just join that link. And I hope everything is fine over there, because there is some problem with this particular application I'm using. Okay. Just join this class on YouTube as of now, and I have highlighted the same issue to the IT team. I hope it will be definitely resolved. Okay. So you can drop off from this particular class and you can join this link. Now it is clear. Okay. Join wherever it is clear as of now. Okay. Join wherever it is clear as of now, and I'll definitely have a word with the IT team as well. Okay. So guys, this is regarding the issues and challenges faced in the banking supervision in the digital era. This can be important from the descriptive angle of your syllabus. Okay. This can be important from the descriptive angle of your syllabus. So for decades, the supervisors were trained to read balance sheets only. So you guys also do have accounting in your course. So you can definitely read the balance sheets. You can inspect the processes. But now RBI grade B officer or any person who is actually inspecting, supervising the banks or non-banks, they need to also have an idea of the operational resilience, data integrity, and the third party dependencies which nowadays banks are having, right? Every bank is dependent on the IT infrastructure, and nowadays AI also, right? So the very first thing is speed. Speed is I can say IT or AI is a key enabler. It can definitely enhances your speed. But what if there are some mishappening, or I can say there is a risk? It will amplify the speed of that risk as well. It will amplify the speed of the risk as well, I can say here. So the first point is speed. The risk that used to take weeks to translate, now they are crystallizing in hours. Why? Because of the advancement in IT as well as AI. Concentration and the interdependence. Now systems are quite interdependent upon each other, right? Growing role of algorithms. Now this is a big problem which is highlighted in the free AI report of Reserve Bank of India also. Growing role of algorithms. Now we are using AI, right? Now we are using AI to do computational tasks, to do different types of tasks in banks. When there is a growing role of algorithm, the real problem is the black box technique. Black box technique. What is the black box technique? If you give a command or a prompt to ChatGPT, right? It's already running on YouTube, so you can please join this link, Aditya. It will be much better, right? We are already done with the class. Rarely 10 to 15 minute class is just pending, right? So you can please join on YouTube. I'll definitely get in touch with my IT team for resolution of the issue with this software, right? So as of now, you can join on the link that I have provided you. It's just hardly 10 minutes class which is left, right? Then we can conclude the session, and after that we'll be definitely resolving this particular issue, right? So you guys can drop off from this particular class and you can join the link that I have already provided you in the comment section. So guys, the problem with the black box technique is nothing but, let's suppose you are giving prompt to ChatGPT, right? You have given some prompt to ChatGPT. Now the ChatGPT or any other AI tool will never explain you how it is coming to a conclusion, right? So this is the problem of black box. This is the problem of black box technique, because the AI tool which is referred to as box here is not able to understand, is not able to explain you, right, the exact conclusion, how that black box or the AI tool is arriving at the conclusion. So who will be responsible for this kind of decision? This is a big problem, right? Plus there are cyber security threats as well and the other type of risk as well. So now regulations, supervision in the digital era is quite changing. This is a speech of Deputy Governor of Reserve Bank of India, right? So what kind of supervisory responses are required here? First is the technology neutral and the risk based supervision. Where the risk is higher, you need to definitely do more and more work here. Wherever the risk related to technology is high, you need to supervise in a risk based approach. You need to use risk based approach. मतलब जहाँ risk ज़्यादा है मैं वहाँ ज़्यादा supervision कर रहा हूँगा. Second one is related to the proportionality, right? Now every institution is not complex. If your institution is having complexities, let's suppose a particular bank is having several complexities, then आपको वहाँ पे again risk based approach लगानी है. Wherever there are high complexities, what you need to do is you need to adopt a risk based approach और वहाँ पे आपको testing ज़्यादा करनी है. You have to do more and more supervision over there. Third is clear accountability, right? So who will be accountable if you are using the digital system? That should be very much clear. And the next one is the forward looking supervision. The supervision should be forward looking and it should not like be, you know that there is a vulnerability in the system, right? But still you waited for the mishappening to happen and it became an event now. So there should be a forward looking approach as per this particular article. Now this article can be, I can say, a very good question for your examination in terms of descriptive, like what are the issues and challenges in the banking supervision in the digital area, right, in the digital era. This can be a direct question. So I request all of you to please do read this article, this press release once after my class. Okay. Next one is the ways and means advances for the state government and the union territory published by the Reserve Bank of India. Now what is this WMA all about? Ways and means advances. It's nothing but a short-term loan given by the Reserve Bank of India to different states, right? It's a short-term loan given by the Reserve Bank of India to different states. So we are having so many states. Now RBI is giving loans to different states. Why? Because to help the government to meet the temporary cash flow mismatch. What is the meaning of temporary cash flow mismatch? Now I expected that Mr. A will pay me 1 lakh rupees on 1st of January. That was my expectation, right? Now Mr. A is not able to pay 1 lakh rupees on 1st of January. So this is a cash flow mismatch. Why? Because I have to pay further to Mr. B on 2nd of January. On 2nd of January. Because I didn't receive this money 1 lakh rupees from Mr. A on 1st of January. Now I am not able to settle the obligation on 2nd of January. Right? So this is called as a temporary cash flow mismatch. This is called as a temporary cash flow mismatch. Right? So this is a limit which is released by the Reserve Bank of India, and you can see that all the limits related to different states are released by Reserve Bank of India. What you need to take care is the revised aggregate WMA limit for the state government and the union territories will be 61,008 crore. 61,008 crore is the new limit. Okay, this is the new limit, WMA limit. Federal Bank has unveiled a new branding, Fortuna Wave, right? This is the new branding that Federal Bank has given. Not so important for your examination, but yes, it is just definitely a part of your finance news. So I have covered it. Indian bonds, Indian government bonds not included in the Bloomberg Global Aggregate Index for now. Now, what do you guys mean by an index? Any idea what index is all about? Anyone? What is the meaning of index? What is the meaning of index? If I talk about Nifty 50, what is the meaning of Nifty 50? That's an index. Nifty 50 is an index, right? So there are a bunch of stocks in which Nifty 50 is investing. So there are 50 stocks like Reliance, like Adani, like HDFC Bank, and so on, like SBI Bank. All these things are included in the index of Nifty 50. So let's suppose if I am putting my 1 lakh rupees in Nifty 50 directly, the money will automatically flow to different shares like Reliance, like Adani, like HDFC and SBI. Similarly, there is a global index which is called as Bloomberg Global Aggregate Index. Now this is not a stock based index like Nifty 50. It is based and it is tracking the investment grade of fixed income benchmark. So it mostly includes bonds, treasury bills of different government from corporates, right? So in the backing of this particular index, there are government securities of different government, not just United States, okay, different governments. So India also applied for the inclusion of the Indian government bonds in this index, in the Bloomberg Global Aggregate Index, but unfortunately as of now they won't be included. Hardly Indian government applied for the 1% of the weight in this particular index, but this won't be the case as of now. The Indian government bonds will not be included in this particular index. Why? Because of the operational difficulties. Because of the operational difficulties as of now. What do you mean by operational difficulties? As of now, our system is not fully automated as of now. It is not fully automated. Our workflows needs to be streamlined, and that's why the Indian government bonds as of now will not be included in the Bloomberg Global Aggregate Index. Now, what is the benefit? What is the benefit here of getting included in the Bloomberg Global Aggregate Index? Now, if you are included in the Nifty 50, say for example, HDFC Bank is there in the Nifty 50. So there are so many institutions like, QIBs, qualified institutional buyers, like mutual fund companies, right? Or big institutions like Life Insurance Corporation. So if they invest in Nifty 50, a part of this money will also flow to HDFC Bank. Similarly, if somebody invested in Bloomberg Global Aggregate Index, a part of that could have also be there in the Indian government bond. तो उसका एक part Indian government bond में भी invest होता, but as of now it is not included here. So I can say it will be a future thing as of now. अभी के लिए वो included नहीं होगा. RBI attendance exam which language? यार देखो, अभी इसमें सिर्फ हम फाइनेंस करंट अफेयर्स के रिलेटेड बात करने वाले हैं, राइट? अच्छा, ब्लूमबर्ग कुछ नहीं, एक कंपनी है, जैसे हमारे यहाँ पे कॉर्पोरेट्स हैं, राइट. सो बेसिकली आपका क्या हो रहा है ना, ब्लूमबर्ग ने एक इंडेक्स बनाया हुआ है, राइट. एक कॉर्पोरेट एंटिटी ने एक इंडेक्स बनाया हुआ है, ब्लूमबर्ग ग्लोबल एग्रीगेट इंडेक्स. इन दिस इंडेक्स वी डू हैव सो मेनी बॉन्ड्स, बट इंडियन बॉन्ड्स आर एज ऑफ नाउ नॉट इंक्लूडेड इन दिस पर्टिकुलर इंडेक्स, राइट. अगर इंक्लूड होते तो अ लार्ज सम ऑफ मनी कुड हैव फ्लोन इन दी इंडियन बॉन्ड्स एज वेल. So this is the news. Next one, RBI raises the dividend payout limit for banks to 75% of the net profit. Now what do you mean by dividend? Whatever profits the banks are earning profits, and they are distributing the profits to the equity shareholders. This is what every entity is doing, right? This is what every entity is doing. The banks are also earning profitability. Let's suppose the bank earned 100 rupee. So bank will share with the owners, definitely the equity shareholders, let's suppose 60 rupees. Let's suppose 60 rupees or 65 rupees. This is called as dividend. Whatever I am sharing, whatever a part of profit which I distribute to the equity shareholders is nothing but dividend, right? To the owners of the company is what dividend is all about. So every business is working like that only. They are earning profit. They are sharing the profitability among the owners, and that we call it as dividend. That we called as it as dividend. So earlier, a bank can distribute only 65% of the profitability of the net profit to the owners of the bank, but now the RBI has increased the dividend payout limit to 75% of the net profit. RBI ने कितना रेंज कर दिया इसका, 75% ऑफ द नेट प्रॉफिट कर लिया. अर्लियर इट यूज टू बी 65% ओनली, नाउ इट इज 75%, राइट. नाउ इट इज 75%. सो दिस रेगुलेटरी चेंज हैज अलाउड द बैंक्स टू डिस्ट्रीब्यूट अ ग्रेटर शेयर ऑफ देयर प्रॉफिट टू द शेयर होल्डर्स. नाउ द रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया विल बी एबल टू distribute a greater share of their profits to the shareholders, right? So this is going to be a major impact, right? Definitely the investors of the banks are going to be happy because now they are going to receive higher amount of dividend. And the last news for today, guys, is World Bank has increased the India's GDP growth projection to 7.2%, right? So World Bank ने क्या कर दिया, इंडिया का GDP projection increase कर दिया है 7.2%. Earlier the World Bank has stated 6.3%, but because of the strengthening of the domestic demand, we have a huge amount of population here, right? And the domestic demand is growing day by day. The GDP will be anywhere around 7.2%. Now this is an estimation for the financial year 2026. So guys, that's all from my end for today, right? I'll be giving you homework as well. Your homework will be definitely there at the end of this PPT. So please do the homework. Just give it a quick reading of some of the articles of Economic Times and the extra news which is also covered in this particular PowerPoint presentation, right? And apologies guys for the disturbance due to some technical issue. I will definitely get in touch with the IT team to resolve the same. Okay. Thank you so much guys for watching the lecture. I hope ये tech issue वापस नहीं आता है. Definitely इसको resolve करते हैं. Right. Till then keep on revising guys, and when you attend the static classes it will be much better because जो छोटी मोटी चीज़ें जो आप अभी नहीं समझ पा रहे होगे वो आपकी static के अंदर exclusively covered हो जाएंगी. Right. Telegram, if you type CA Prateek Finance, just type CA Prateek Finance, you will get the Telegram link as well. Okay. मेरा Telegram link भी मिल जाएगा आपको वहाँ पे. Just type CA Prateek Finance. Okay. Okay guys, thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care. See you soon in the next class. Have a great day.